Hi.
Hi.
How's it going?
Good.
What's your name?
Sharon Marrell.
Sharon. Let's tell them who you are. Tell them where you're from. Tell them what your occupation is, and tell them something you're excited about.
All right. So, everyone, hello. And I am Sharon Marrell, and I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. And I own a music academy. Yes. And what I am very excited about is being able to take these techniques and use them in about, well, exactly 1 week at another conference where I am presenting for School of the Year. And so I plan on winning.
Good. Really good. Beautiful. Tell me about you. Tell me about family.
Well, I have a wife, and I also have a granddaughter that we have custody of, and she's a real joy. And her name is Leilani. And Leilani, after having had your exercises that I do in the car on the way to daycare, Leilani's going to be 2 in May. At about 9 months, she starts and I'll hear her in the car now, and she'll be in the back because she loves to sing, because I'm always singing to her at night, and she'll just break out into it. It's so cute.
Sharon's good, right? Is there any question in the validity and the authenticity of her, first of all, saying that she runs a music school, and then you hearing so much music in her speaking voice, yes or no? Yes. If she just would have spoken, and then I would have said, oh, by the way, she runs a music school, you would have been like, duh, Raj, duh. Because there's so much music and so much melody going on. And so she's very happy when she speaks. What happens when you have to tell you kick a student out of the music program? You're like, they just didn't practice. Okay, pick somebody right there and kick them out of the music program.
Well, let me tell you, actually, we've been working together, and I know you're not practicing, and I honestly know that it's really not of interest to you, and I just don't like wasting your mother's money, or your time, or my time. I really don't enjoy it either. I can't do anything with you.
Okay, stop. You know what I say as a student? If she said that to me, I'm like, I'm staying. Oh, I'm staying. Why? Because she had so much melody in it, it made me think that she is still not 100% committed to kicking my butt out the door. So she's really good at delivering happy. You practiced, you get a gold star. Boom. There's your sticker. But not so good at delivering. You're done, and there's no leeway. Out the door, baby. Bye, bye, bye. She's not good at that. Okay? So let's first get good at delivering serious. Okay? The whole top part of the keyboard is off limits now.
Okay.
So we're going to stay, and also, you love to be up here because it's beautiful and works amazing in most of your normal conversations. But I want to actually come down here. Roger wants me down lower in my chest voice.
Roger wants me down lower in my chest voice.
But it still sounds kind of like this. No, I mean if I was a troll.
If I was a troll.
If I was at the lowest part of my trolldom.
If I was at the lowest part of my trolldom.
Stop doing the melody. You see, she's so tied to melody. If I was at the lowest part of my trolldom, then they would call me Happy Troll. No, you're not happy.
Got it.
Okay, so do this for me. Say, I can.
I can.
I can no longer have you.
I can no longer have you.
No longer. Stop going up.
I can no longer have you.
I can no longer have you.
I can no longer have you.
Edgier. That air stuff is so kind. I love you even though you never practice. I can't do it anymore.
I can't do it anymore.
Now, I can't do it anymore.
I can't do it anymore.
Now add a little of that yogi. Say, I know that you've been coming to my school.
I know that you've been coming
With the
to
edge.
my school.
I know.
I know you've been coming to my school.
But you see how you took all the edge out?
Yes.
It's like, listen, Yogi, you're out of the forest.
I know.
I know.
You've been coming to school.
You've been coming to school.
And you haven't been practicing.
And you haven't been practicing.
Edge.
Haven't.
Say na na na.
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 Na na na. Oh.
Na na
Na
na.
na na.
Na na na.
Na na na.
I've been watching.
I've been watching.
And what you've been doing
And what you've been doing
isn't cutting it for our school.
isn't cutting it for our school.
So I'm going to have to wish you the best of luck.
I'm going to have to wish you the best of luck.
But today's your last day at the academy.
But today is the
But
last.
today,
But
it's
today.
not a movie trailer. It's not a movie trailer. But today is the last day of your enrollment.
But today is the last day of your enrollment.
Don't hit the consonants. But today is the last day of your enrollment.
But today is the last day of your enrollment.
I'm sorry, but I can't be teaching you anymore.
I'm sorry, but I can't be teaching you anymore.
So when I have to deliver serious news,
So when I have to deliver serious news,
you haven't been paying the bills,
you haven't been paying the bills,
you got to get your mother in here with her checkbook,
you got to get your mother in here with her checkbook.
and if it doesn't happen tomorrow, you're both kicked out.
And if it doesn't happen,
If it doesn't.
and if it doesn't happen tomorrow, you're both kicked out.
So my name is Sharon,
So my name is Sharon,
and I run a tight ship at
And
my
I-
musical academy.
and I run a tight ship at my musical academy.
And practice makes perfect,
And practice makes perfect.
and lazy is leaving the room.
And lazy is leaving the room.
Awesome. I want you to experiment with that edge in the bottom part of your chest voice, because I think there's some situations that you're going to be in where people will take you more seriously. Right now, you just seem so kind and so fun-loving. I'm not trying to turn you into the person who runs the musical academy with a ruler on the hands. They're practicing the scales, and you're like, I'm not into that. I'm just saying that sometimes you need to find that edge. Also, there's something to be learned from Sharon, and there's something about movement I want you to understand. A lot of people, they do what I call, they land their gestures with the same emphasis and the same stop as they do on their voice. So if I just suddenly make suddenly louder, and then it stops, and my hand stops at the same time, then basically I'm doing exactly with my voice what I'm doing with my body. And that's not how you're supposed to do hand gestures. Because that's saying to people, you can either look at my hands, or you can look at my voice and listen, but you can't really do both. You understand? So hand gestures are supposed to be more what I call legato. They're supposed to be fluid. And the voice can be more staccato, but the hand gestures are supposed to be more fluid. So you don't talk and move the same way. It's like when people talk and walk the same way. You absolutely think that's weird. If I walked and did exactly with my body the same thing I did with my voice. Silly, isn't it? But most people do that because they're like trying to emphasize points, and you do that. Okay. You're like, okay, so I told them, look, this is what's happening. No, so I told them, look, this is what's happening. And it's kind of over what you've been thinking, but you haven't been practicing very much, and there's so many other people that are practicing so beautifully, and I'm sorry, but I'm done with the staccato hand gestures, and I'm now a ballerina. You understand? Do you see the difference? You don't want to mirror with your hands exactly the rhythm of everything you're doing with your voice. Say that for me. Say that. Let me take this so you have two hands. I'll hold it for you. And so you're like, Roger, if I did more fluid movements with my hands,
Roger, if I did more fluid movements with my hands,
then I could start and stop all I want with my voice.
then I could start and stop all I want with my voice.
And it really still shows that I'm comfortable with my body.
And it really still shows.
Now, not just this, not this, the let me reveal, reveal, reveal. Okay, do it with one hand. So if I just did more fluid movements, and some of them could be directed towards you,
and some could be directed towards you,
and some are directed towards other people,
and some are directed towards other people.
but I'm going to disconnect my stop from where I stop the consonant.
But I'm going to disconnect my stop from my consonants.
It'll take a little
I
practice,
so
but you
wanna
get what
do
I mean.
it. Yes.
Way to go. Beautiful.